Art fairs are big business, not just for us artists who are needing to sell our work there, but also for the organizers and the cities that hold the art fairs. There's so much money and profit to be made here. And this is a problem for artists in a lot of ways, because we can easily be taken advantage of. There are so many shows popping up all over the country. Some are really good, and some have horrible reputations for just charging artists exorbitant booth fees and having very few customers. So in this video, I'm going to go over 6 ways that art fairs are disrespecting artists. These are not reasons to stop doing art fairs or avoid doing art fairs, because I still believe that art fairs are one of the very best ways for artists to make a living. But these are things that I think as an industry as a whole need to be addressed. The first one is unfair application processes. I'm not going to share the exact show this was at, but I was at a juried fine art fair, one that I had to pay, I think it was a $25 to $35 application fee to get into, which is a standard application fee. I had to jump through all the hoops, applying on application, and I got waitlisted, but then I finally did get in. But here's the thing. I met an artist at the show. She had her booth set up. She was selling there, but she said she got this booth space without actually being accepted. She applied through Zapplication just like I did, but her application was denied. She was not accepted. She wasn't even waitlisted like I was, because we were talking about how hard it is to get into these shows sometimes. And she told me that she met the organizer at a convention because this artist was from another state. Well, she met the organizer of this particular art fair at another event, and they were talking and networking, and the organizer said, "Oh, don't worry if you didn't get in, I'll go ahead and make a spot for you." And I gotta be honest here, I was really set aback because I always figured that the application processes on these events might be a little bit slanted toward them letting in people who had been there consistently showing in previous years. But it never crossed my mind that they would let somebody into the show that didn't make it past the jurying at all. And so this totally negates all of the jurying process. Think about all of the people that paid their $25 to $35 to be able to have their work looked at by the jury and were denied, and they didn't get the opportunity to do the show. This whole situation is totally unfair to all of the artists involved. All of that said, this was just one isolated incident that I heard about from another artist at the show telling me her experience. I didn't corroborate it with the event organizer, and I've never heard of an instance like this happening at another show. If you have, I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments, because this can help each other, especially if there are particular shows that are doing this time and time again. Artists should know about it. And that's the problem of all this, right? Because there's not transparency in the application processes and procedures that they use to let us into the shows. The second way that art fairs are disrespecting artists is charging application fees, which in my opinion can be a little pricey sometimes when you're thinking about what it is that they're doing for this application fee. Is $40 worth applying to show when a person, like a few judges, maybe let's say 5 judges, looks at your work for 30 seconds a piece? Was that worth paying $40? I don't know. But regardless of the actual price gouging on the application fees, is that they provide you no criteria through which the judging is actually taking place. There's no grading rubric or anything for you to look at to be able to figure out how to jump through all their hoops, and they give you no feedback afterward. So if you apply to the shows year after year after year and you don't get in, which I have many shows that I have done that multiple years, so they may have received like $300 or $400 from me over a 10-year period of applying and never getting in, right? But they provide no feedback. And so how in the world am I to improve as an artist? And the judging is a very subjective thing when it comes to art. I get that. But there still should be some level of feedback from these art fairs to the artists. And this brings us to number 3, art fairs charging high dollar booth fees without providing enough support. I had a friend who did Cherry Creek a few weeks ago. Now, Cherry Creek is in Denver, Colorado. This show is one of the most prestigious art fairs anywhere within an 8 to 10 hour drive of where I live in Kansas. So I know a lot of artists over the years who have done the show. I've applied to it and never gotten in so far. Maybe one day, who knows? But here's the thing, the booth fees this year were around $1,000 for a corner booth. And my friend, she told me that it was horrible on loadout. Literally, they had no support there. She had to carry her pro panels, which are these really big, tall panels that are used to hang your artwork. So I'm showing what my pro panels look like here on the screen. Well, they're big and bulky, and if you don't have a roller cart with you, it's hard to transport them. And a lot of artists don't bring their own roller carts, and so they had to literally carry the pro panels and everything from their tent, heavy weight bags, all their stuff, 2.5 blocks. And when you think about it, this is one of the most prestigious shows around here, right? And the booth fees are so high. I mean, for $1,000 a piece for all these artists, they couldn't have some staff there to help direct people on the loadout. They couldn't have a few volunteers to help artists, or have a way for artists to be able to drive up to pick up their items, because evidently they had a way for artists to drive up to drop off their items. So setup was good. They had volunteers, they had people there to help. But when it came to teardown, no one in sight to help. And I can totally relate to the frustration on this, because I've done a lot of art fairs over the years. There are so many shows that don't have the support there for artists that they need to. Now, there are a lot of shows that do such a wonderful job, and they have so many volunteers. So not every art fair is like this, but it's definitely something to be aware of, that there are shows, even the most prestigious ones, that are charging really expensive booth fees that might not be having enough support there for you as an artist. So make sure in all cases to bring a roller cart so you're not having to physically carry everything. But also just know that on loadout especially, sometimes the shows don't support artists as much as on load-in. Number 4 is creating rules that help build the prestige of the show, but that don't support artists and don't accurately reflect what is going on with our economy and the need to be able to sell multiple types of items. You see this shirt right here? I can't sell this at any of the fine art fairs that I go to, but I have customers time and time again whenever they see me working in my art booth, because I'm always wearing a shirt that has my artwork on it. Customers will come in, they'll be looking through my print bin. Usually they end up buying my art prints, but they will be looking through prints, and then they will always ask, well, hey, do you have t-shirts available? I love the shirt you're wearing. I would like to figure out how to buy one of these. And so for years I was selling them through my Etsy shop, and I would just direct people to my Etsy shop to buy the shirts, and every once in a while I'd make a sale doing this. But when it comes to selling things in person, you have to have the products there with you to be able to make any level of sales that really amounts to much. But the art fairs, which are centered around the commercialistic idea of customers coming there to buy things, seem to think that t-shirts are too commercialized of a product for an artist to stock in their art fair booth. So if you're an artist and you're selling at a craft fair, you can take t-shirts and sell them. But if you're an artist selling at a fine art fair, most likely you will not be allowed to make t-shirts with your artwork on them to sell, unless the show makes a specific exemption for you. Now, there are some shows that consider certain types of shirts and clothing fine art if you're making it all by hand, but if you're having them printed on there like I do with my shirts, it's usually not allowed. T-shirts are not the only thing that's excluded from being sold at many fine art fairs. There are so many shows that have rules that you're not supposed to take open edition art prints, that you're only supposed to have limited edition signed and numbered prints in your print bin. And so this excludes a lot of artists who want to sell open edition. Either it excludes them or it causes them to have to break the rules on purpose so that way they can do the show. Number 5 is when artists are not given the equal opportunity with other artists at a show to sell a particular item. This happens all the time at shows which are called all original shows. Okay, so what happens in this case is they allow artists to only sell original work. You're not allowed to bring reproductions of any kind to sell either hanging on the walls or in print racks. You have to only sell originals. But there are a couple of exemptions. Now, these exemptions are not for painters or people who are making mixed media. It's only for artists in the printmaking, photography, or digital art categories. But in those categories, they are allowed to bring art prints, usually limited edition, signed and numbered prints. But this makes a very unfair situation for other artists who need to compete with these artists that are selling prints at the show. Because you show up to an all originals art fair, and most of the work there is in the thousands of dollars price range, hanging on the walls of the booth. But then if there are a couple of booths that are the photographers or printmakers that have prints that are affordable, let's say in the $20 to $40 range, their booths are going to be really busy because the customers, all of the ones who don't have those higher levels of income or just don't have the budget, budgets to pay for a $2,000 painting, those people want to buy something and they will go into your booth. Let's say you are a 2D artist like a painter, and they will want an art print. They'll see your work, it's thousands of dollars, they can't afford that. They'll ask you about the prints, like if they're available, and the most that you can do is say, well, they're for sale on my website. And like I said before, if you're trying to sell something that's not there at the show, the chances of selling it are very small. You might sell a few, but you're not going to be able to make a living off of doing that or even come close to paying for the costs of the show. From an art fair's perspective, I can see why they want to have an all-original show, and I can see why they want to make everything seem so prestigious, because it gets artists to be able to be willing to pay $1,000 or $2,000 for a booth fee. And it can get people to come and attend the event who are looking for high-dollar items because they know that this type of work is going to be sold there. But the problem is, for the individual artist, this is holding a lot of us back. And it's an unfair practice, in my opinion, that really needs to be changed in the industry. Either make everybody sell really expensive things on the wall and not allow loose prints at all for any medium, or allow everybody to bring loose prints, whether they're reproductions or original prints. But at least make it fair across the board. Don't allow some artists to bring prints and others to not bring prints. Number 6 is art fairs not enforcing rules consistently. This is something that I have a huge problem with, and it's a mixed bag for artists. On the one hand, if you're doing a show that says they only allow limited edition art prints, but you've done the show for years and you know they never check and they just really don't care, it's just kind of a rule that they have to make their art show look better than it actually is, that you can break the rule and it's fine, well then you can do the show and you can sell your open edition prints there. There are so many shows around where I live that have this exact procedure, but I see this all the time. So people will come to the show, they'll see my booth with my open edition prints, and then they'll go to other booths and they'll also see the open edition prints. And this will be like an artist that traveled in from out of state and they read the rules and they abided by the rules. So then they only brought their originals and didn't bring their open edition prints. Then of course they're not going to make much money in this area, because most people here, especially in Kansas where I live, I'm not sure if this is this way everywhere or at every show, but around where I live, most people need $20 or $30 art prints to be able to purchase. That's their budget. And so in these cases, if you're an artist who follows the rules, then you're actually going to be at a huge disadvantage from a selling standpoint. And you probably won't make as much money at the shows as you wanted to. And so this is something that I see that happens all the time. And then you notice, like, one year the artist won't have their prints, and then the next year they do the show, if they come back the next year, they'll bring their prints that are open edition because they know that they can get away with it. And this is just ridiculous. I mean, why do the shows think that they need to have these rules anyway? If they're not going to enforce them, then don't have the rule. Also, customers don't care whether prints are open edition or limited edition. So I honestly don't see why some art fairs make such a big deal out of it. If customers don't care, why does the art fair care? Likewise, if you make a new rule, like no price signs allowed for prints on the outside of the booth, like I had a show this summer, made this rule. If you've been watching my channel, you probably remember me talking about this, because my price sign is what caused this rule change. But get this, so at the show, I didn't put my price sign on the outside of the booth, but I saw several other artists breaking this rule. They had their print price sign proudly placed right on the outside of the booth. And I'm just like, seriously? The art fair even made us sign an extra contract agreeing to this rule. I'm not kidding. But then you go there and they don't enforce it. I mean, I think they would have enforced it for me, but they didn't enforce it for anyone else. But I didn't break the rule. I complied. But this is the problem with the rules and their enforcement at the shows. I mean, if you're going to make a rule, either enforce it or don't make the rule, so that way it can be fair for everyone. All right, well, if you made it this long, thanks so much for watching. I'd love to hear any of your thoughts and comments about any of these ways that artists are disrespected by art fairs. So definitely post in the comments. If you'd like to learn more about selling your art at art fairs, I have a free course right here. If you'd like to learn more about selling art prints, like making your own art prints, I have a free course for that right here. Thanks so much for being here. See you next time.